Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. In tonight's video, I'm going to show you three different techniques, and we're going to make 3 different Christmas cards, and we're going to be using Simon Hurley products. So I pulled some products, and we are going to be doing a tone-on-tone double card. So it's going to have a top and a bottom, and then a middle, obviously. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And then my next card is going to be a flat shaker using the Silly Santas. And my third card is going to be a kind of a matchbook gatefold. So we'll get started. I want to start because this has to dry. Let me put everything aside here so it's not in your way. I'm going to do tone on tone, and I'm going to be using some neon lunar paste here and a stencil. And I need this to get dry. And what I want to do here, because I don't want to clean up too much, lazy bones, I'm going to see if I can grab a piece of copy paper here. Try and grab a piece of copy paper. Okay, I'm going to grab 10 pieces of copy paper. And I'm going to lay my copy paper down just here. And then I'm going to take some tape, just some mint tape. I'm going to roll it up and place it on the back of this so it doesn't move. I'm going to flip this around. Make sure that's good and stuck. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I didn't get any kind of confirmation, so I can see my microphone moving, so I think that's probably a good sign. I'm going to take some tape. I'm just going to tape here. Take another piece. And this is mint tape I'm using, by the way. And then let's go ahead and get our lunar paste on here. And again, this is the neon, and this is called No Chill. And I forgot to get out a little lunar paste knife and a paper towel, please. And I'm going to just spread it on. I don't need it on the whole piece because I'm going to be cutting it down. A little bit more. Okay, happy with that. So I hope everybody's week has gone okay. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my tape, pull up my stencil carefully. I'm going to just take my whole piece of paper and set the whole thing over here to dry. Where? Over here somewhere. Okay. Now I can clean up my stencil, and then that part's out of the way. That's the messy part that we're doing tonight. Come on. Clean up both sides. There we go. And then we'll get to work on our flat shaker. And welcome everyone coming in. And so I'm going to set these just kind of up here. I want a clear space here for you guys so that I don't, usually what you have to look at is a gigantic mess. So we're going to be using the Silly Santas, but we're going to start with our shaker card first. And I'm going to actually move this right here because I'm going to be using some heat tonight, and I don't like to get heat on this mat. So I recommend if you're using a mat like that and you're going to be using heat, don't. It will warp it. Set that over there. And we'll start with our shaker. So I need a background, right, for the shaker. I'm going to grab a piece of, this is Bristol Smooth. I'm going to do some ink blending on here. And I think what I want to do is create a snowy background. But I have to have a surface for Santa, so here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to grab my blending buddy, and I'm going to grab my most favorite for this is Remember Me. And let's just grab a piece of scrap to tap off on. So I'm not doing a whole lot back here because our focal point's going to be Santa. But I do want to just kind of make it seem like there's a hill here that he's kind of standing on. So he's just not standing, you know, on nothing. Okay. Hi, Delina. I'm still unclear if people can hear me because nobody gave me any confirmation, so I'm really hoping that you can. I'm going to add some white splatter here. I'm just going to use my bleed proof white that is highly watered down. I guess somebody would say, hey T, we can't hear you. Or you guys are just completely ignoring me and going about your business. And if that's the case, well, okay, I'm all right with that too. I'm just going to take a paintbrush, dip it in, tap it off a little, and just tappity tap on here. And you can barely see it, and that's exactly what I want. If I want to tap harder, I can tap against something. A little bit more. I'd rather have less, too little than too much, like big globs. Thank you, Jana. Somebody's listening. Welcome, valued customers. I was thinking about that today. That's what our Kroger automated thing says. You know, when you have to do the self-checkout, which is always... And I get so like perturbed with that whole thing. Like, scan your next item. Listen, lady, I'm reading the label right now. Could you give me a minute? I'm soft volume. Okay, let me just pull my microphone closer to me. I want to clean up my paint here real quick. I don't want it to dry on this brush, that's for sure. And I didn't think to bring in my little thingy for water. So trick for that, get your paper towel really wet and just wrap it up in there until you are ready to wash it, and hopefully don't forget about it. Okay. Clean that off, give that a second to dry before I trim it down. While we wait for that to dry, I can stamp out my silly Santa. And everybody's favorite ho ho hos. Yeah, I knew you were gonna like that, Shannon. All right, so get out the stamps. And it's always this guy. He's always my favorite right here. going to stamp this on, I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on some accent opaque. I already need to cut more. I don't know what the heck I mean. Probably half of this is in my scrap bin. And come on. I'm going to grab Game Over, which I've already taken out. And a pouncer. Which one of these is red? I can't tell. I guess this one. And I'm going to pounce the ink on Santa. Oh yeah, that was fun. You see how even this stamps out when you use a pouncer to to apply the ink. So if you don't have any, and I don't have a preference. I have both kinds. I have these are from Local King Rubber Stamp. Oh look, I got red ink all over me. These are from Local King Rubber Stamps, and I use these for inks exclusively. And then I have some Picket Studio, which I use exclusively for oxides. I never mix the two. I love that, Delina. Oh. I always thought that would be cute. So you see, we've got just about a perfect stamping here. I'm going to go one more time. I know this is going to dry back a little bit, but I don't have any stamp pad marks or anything like that. So if I can give one tip when you're stamping with Simon Hurley inks, try, if you find that you are getting those funny marks, try using a pouncer. Yeah, they are 60s looking. Minus 56 Fahrenheit. What? Oh, Lord. Okay, so we've got him. We're going to clean him off. And the other beauty of Simon's stamps, Simon's inks, is you see I stamped that in red. Now it is stained red already because I've used GinaK ink on there, and GinaK ink will stain your stamps. No ifs, ands, or buts. The red anyway. I don't know about the other colors. Get him cleaned off. Hey Shay, that's cold. That is very cold. I'm sorry for everybody who's freezing. Okay, and then I'm going to die cut the ho-ho-hos and die cut out the Santa. Rains are freezing and the winds are whipping. Oh, that's a great idea. I'd love to see a picture of it. Delina, did you enter it in the Simon Says Stamp Challenge? Because they're giving away $500 to a lucky winner this month. If you post to Instagram and hashtag SSS 20 Years of Distress. So I want to, thinking about my colors here, okay? So I've got kind of a turquoise, I've got a deep red. I think for my ho-ho-hos, I'm going to go with a salmony pink. Let me see, do I have a salmony pink? I do, kind of. So this is a great Christmas color combination. And then I will do the outer parts in white. Let's see here. In fact, I can probably cut them right out of this piece right here. All right, let's get out the... I'm just reading your comments here really quick just to make sure that I respond to any questions or anything directed directly at me. Otherwise, talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Yeah, they've been having it for, gosh, it seems like, well, since the 20-year birthday. Okay, I'm going to need my tweezers here. Ho, ho, ho. I love that you get 3 in this set. And then let's do these in the pink. It saves so much time. And yeah, I'm wasting a lot of paper here, but y'all, my scrap bin, I don't want to waste too much. We had a power outage. Well, actually, we had to have our electricity shut off while we waited for an electrician to come fix our main box outside. And so how we kept warm is we have a little camp stove, and we just put it in the kitchen and we cooked on it and stood around it. Because it was February and it was snowing. I don't really need that, but I'm keeping it anyway. Okay, so we've got our ho-ho-hos. We need to cut out our Santa. Let me grab my magnet here. Where did I put it? Here's one. I'm just going to stick them all to this magnet so I don't lose them. Let's find the correct die for our Santa. Guy here. This may go a little long, so I apologize if it does. If you're watching the replay, do what I do. Speed through and scrub through, you know, what I need to scrub through, stuff that I already knew how to do. Most of the time when I watch videos, I'm watching because, well, I'm hanging out with friends, but also because I'm always wanting to learn new things. Okay, that's nice and straight on there for now. See if I can pick it up without moving it, and I can. My plate is pretty warped. Oh yeah, that was a couple of years ago, the camp stove. Okay, that's all I need this for now. Just set it there on the floor. Okay, we've got our little Santa. We've got all of our parts. Now we need to make the shaker part. Put that over there on the magnet. Move these so they're not distracting. All right, so I do want to trim this down, and I'm actually going to trim it down quite a bit. I'm going to trim it to 5 by 3 3/4. So let's just kind of scoot this stuff over a little bit while we put together our shaker. And what I have is I save these. So anytime I get a new stamp or die or something and I put it, you know, in a different container, I save these things. Because they're great for flat infinity shakers. Let's see, this one. And, you know, I just trim them willy-nilly. I don't really think about it being perfectly straight. As long as it's big enough. I can see that I need this much of it. Oops, that's sticky. I hate that sticky stuff, you guys. Okay. There is a line in this one. I may not be able to pull this one off. It depends. Depends on where I put my ho ho ho. No, I'm gonna get a different one. Can you see there's like a wrinkle in it, and that's just not gonna fly, friends. You don't want a wrinkly one. Now I can't find where I put the rest of them. I just put them back. Well, if all else fails, maybe you have some of these. They work too. And they're nice and flat. Turn it sideways. Nah, I really don't want to have to fight with that line at all. And besides, this one's nice and big too, so I can just cut it down. This way you don't have to go through all the hassle, the other hassle of when you make a shaker card, having to put a bunch of foam tape. There we go. Now this stuff is highly staticky, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little Rabbit Hole Designs thing here. And I'm just going to dust it. Any shaker bits inside will shake off any of that excess. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to flip the whole thing over. And do the easy part, which is grab my double-sided tape and just tape 3 sides. Well, I'm going to tape all 4 sides, but I'm going to tape 3 sides down. Don't move on me, you. And what I like to do is I like to put something inside. Let's see here. I've got more than one of these, I'm sure of it. I've lost all my gift cards. I know they're here somewhere. I had a bunch of them. Because I want to be able to stuff it with plenty. I'll just grab a couple of pieces of scrap paper as well. As long as they fit in there. That's not going to fit. That'll fit. That'll fit. Oh, here we go. I've got this here. This is nice and thick. And the reason I like to do this is so that I don't get this too tight. Now I'll just slip these inside. Oh my goodness, my hands quit working. And that will give me a little bit of wiggle room inside of here, so I can put bigger shakers. You have to go into lurk mode? Okay. Also, when you do it this way, if you want to put glitter in here, go for it. No, Yeah, not everybody wants to put glitter in their card. I understand. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's right. For some people, it's morning. Just going to pull this over, tack it down, and then any excess sticking over the edge, I just trim off. Just like so. And then I can take all my spacers out, and I haven't gotten it so tight that my shaker bits just stand still. So now on to shaker bits. What do we have? We have, for starters, I've got these little pink pretty ones. I have these are sparkle spots from Trinity. I think I have some blue sparkle spots as well. Okay, and then I've got a whole, I just laid eyes on it, a whole thing full of different Christmas shaker bits. I just saw it earlier today and now I don't see it. So let's see what I've got. See, there's a whole nother thing like this around here somewhere on this desk that has snowflakes and, you know, fun stuff like that. Maybe it's in this drawer. Oh yeah, I've got this snow right here. This, I think I got from the dollar store. So we'll use that since I can't seem to lay eyes on the thing that I just saw earlier. And I keep doing that. So I'm going to start with this, and this, you guys, is going to be messy. What's going on here? Oh no, Janin. That's scary. I'm trying to open this without getting this stuff everywhere, you guys. Wish me luck. Nope, it's still stapled to the back. Now I'm trying to carefully get the staples out so I don't rip a hole in the bag bigger than the hole that's already there from the staple. I wonder what Dollar Tree expects you to do with this stuff. Okay. That's open. Now the trick is going to be getting some inside of here. And you know, you could always use the Tim Holtz mica, but this stuff is iridescent. See that? So that's what I really like about it. I want to carefully scoop some in here. I'm worried if I pick it up with my fingers, it's gonna stick to my fingers, but it looks like I don't have any choice, so that's where we're going with it. Yep, that's exactly what I knew was gonna happen. If you had a little scooper, it would be helpful, and I know I do somewhere, but I couldn't say where. Do one more little pinch of that. Now, let me just wrap this up and tape that bad boy shut right now while I'm thinking about it so I don't have any accidents. Yep, spoon it in. Oh, do they? Okay. Elizabeth says Dollar Tree sometimes has plastic snow globes. Probably be inside like ornaments too. You know how you can make your own ornaments now? Okay, so we have that in there, and yeah, I did get some on my desk, which I fully expected. Now these, I'm going to actually pour into the tidy tray. And you know what else I want in there? I want something that's going to make noise. So let's get some of these little yep, I never can remember the name when I'm supposed to, but oh, it was on the tip of my tongue. These little ball things. I'm just gonna pour a few in, and I'll just pour them all into. I could have probably put that snow stuff in this tidy tray, but I didn't want it to stick to it, you know, with the static. Get some little white ones, and we'll grab some pink. I've got ink all over my hand. I don't want too many pink. I'm gonna almost have to order some more of these. I got some coming. They're new ones. I love these. They're so pretty. They're fairly easy to work with too, as long as you have nails to pick them up. Yeah, I bet you could color it with alcohol ink. That'd be pretty. I'm not going to use too many of these because I'm almost out. Probably because it's one of my favorites. Okay. And in it goes. And these bare little pieces, I'm picking them up. I don't want to waste any of my sparkle spot. These little balls. What are they called? Shaker pops. Shaker pops, that's what they're called. I got it. Okay. Now I'm holding this down because I don't want anything to go rolling out, because it can. And looking for my tape, which I had 2 minutes ago. Where did I put it? Oh, you guys, I always say you're going to have your act together this time, and then I never do. It was right there in front of me. And then I'm just going to fold this part over. Not too tight. Trim off. And there we have our shaker. Let's get everything moved around in here. But I like the little shaker pops because you get noise from them. Otherwise, shakers are rather quiet. All right. Move all these. I'm running out of places to move things to. And let's go ahead and get a card base. So I want to do... I think we're going to do a red card base. If there's any sticking out, you want to kind of trim that off best you can without cutting a hole in it. If there's a tiny bit, don't sweat it. It's fine. All right. And we're going to tape that down as well. Do you, Jana, do you drink blackstrap molasses and stuff like that to help supplement your iron? Because it will. I've been in your place before, but it was only temporary because I had lost a lot of blood. And at the time, it was during the height of AIDS. And the doctor did not want to give me a transfusion if he could get away with it. So we tried just iron pills and diet. You haven't heard of blackstrap molasses? Okay. So definitely give it a try. It's worked for just about everybody I've recommended it to get your iron up. And what you have to do is you have to get, it's best if you get like an organic blackstrap molasses, is you take about a tablespoon a day, and you're going to want to chase it with milk because it's like trying to swallow honey, or I don't know, maybe not even honey. Let me just make sure I have this going the right direction. So I'm going to pull the bottom off completely. I'm going to pull this one to here. I'm going to pull this one to here. And I'm going to lay this where I want it. Pull this one off, and then just reach in and pull the top one off. And that way it's all nice and fastened down. All right, time to put this guy together and get on to the next card. So I think I want to place him right about here. I'm going to use tape to place him as well, because it'll do two things. If I don't like the placement, I can move it. So, I mean, I don't mind it straight either, but I do have to chase it with something because I have trouble making myself swallow it because it's so thick. It's the same with honey. I couldn't swallow a spoonful of honey either. My throat would say, no, that doesn't belong there. And try to bring it back up, so I've got to chase it. So milk is the best chaser. It's almost like drinking a glass of chocolate milk, only it's molasses and it's good for you. It's worth a try anyway. You know, if it doesn't work, you could always make it gingerbread with it. Let's get him right about here. And then let's decide on our ho-ho-hos. I always run into trouble with these girls, don't I? Getting their placement. Maybe I'm just going to go... Oh, that little ball is going to bother me. Let me get it out of there. Go down there. Go, 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 go. It doesn't want to move. It's up in a tight spot. There we go. Stay down there. So it looks like I need to move Santa down a little bit. And that's exactly why I use tape. Because I want to make sure, because I want them to come like this. Okay. So tape again. You do have those molasses. Okay. Yeah, I mean, most people have them in their cabinet if you cook at all, or bake, I should say. Okay, so the tape is a little bit wider than the middle of the H, but that's not a problem because I can fold it up on itself. Okay, and I'll do this guy. I gotta take off my sweater here. Yeah, it doesn't absorb effectively. That's why, like, if you're going diet, if you're going to try and do spinach, you need to add a long like a citrus. So yeah, I had a lot of spinach salads with chicken and orange slices, which I loved. Orange jewels. That was so good. And then I would dress it with sweet and sour sauce, because I love sweet and sour sauce on salad. Okay, we'll get our last hoe. I wish that I knew where those little things were, because there's little candy canes, which is what I want. I want the doggone candy canes. Where did I put that? I'm going to look for it again real quick. It doesn't have to be inside. It can be outside. This way I get these situated properly. Oops, that's a little crooked. This one looks crooked too. There we go. It doesn't look crooked to me until I look at it in my camera. And listen, I'm a person that can't do crooked. Where are those guys? Where did you go? I'm just taking a quick scan around the room to see if I see them. I don't. All right. So now I'm going to glue down the letters. And let me do this. Let me grab this piece of wrinkly one that I didn't want to use. See if I can find it. It's right here. Let me just spread some glue on here. And I can then dip. Make sure I'm holding it the right direction. I'm just reading chat here real quick. This is some serious stuff, my friend. You're starting to worry me. So this is another good reason to save these little wrappers. Because they make great little glue dippies. I wouldn't use it a second time though, because it would be too bumpy. I really want a candy cane on here. I really, really, really do. So there's card number 1, which was our flat infinity shaker. Real simple. If I find those embellishments, I'll put them on and post a picture, but I have no clue where they are. I keep looking over here thinking I keep seeing them there, but that's not where they are. All right, let's go on to our funny gatefold card. So I'm going to need a piece of paper that I didn't bother getting out. One moment. And I'm going to do rainbow, so I'm going to grab white cardstock. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this to... Oh, that's a good idea too, Diane. I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4. And then I'm going to set this one aside because I just need the one. And I'm going to score at 1.5. I'm going to flip it around and score at 4. I think, yep. Just depending on your paper, trust me when I say not all paper is created equal. Let's go ahead and burnish. It doesn't matter if there's a little gap there. I don't mind at all. Okay, so here's our card base. Now, I'm going to take the, let's see, I'm going to take this fun stamp, which is the Nordic something or other. Nordic something, I can't remember Nordic what, but it's Nordic something. And I do want to make sure that these are straight with each other. So that my lines are straight. Okay. And it doesn't really matter that I did that because I'm going to grab my stamp platform. And I like to use stamp platform for this because I'm going to do multiple stampings. I'm just going to pull out my, oh, Shannon, so sorry. And grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to grab my this stuff. Okay, and I'm going to again take some tape, and I'm just going to tape it in here so it doesn't lift when I do multiple stampings. This is old school, friends. No sticky mat here. And what I'm going to do is I want to go this direction, and I do want to make sure that it's fairly straight, and then I'm just going to peel off this right here so that all these guys kind of stay together. Scooch them if I need to, and then pick up the stamp. And since I want to go sort of rainbow on this, I'm going to go rainbow this direction. And so I'm going to start with red, and I'm going to do like a blue red. So I'm going to do Love Struck. And I still had my red pouncer out here somewhere. Don't know where. Okay, well, I've got another one that'll work. And I'm going to take the Love Struck, and I'm just going to stamp it along, right along here. Okay, and then I'm going to take, which orange do I want? I'm going to take Roar. I'm just going to tamp it on. And then I will take, where'd the lid go to that? There it is. Over the Moon, which is a light yellow. It's an interesting yellow. It's my favorite yellow one, by the way. And I know this looks funky, but it's not. I'm going to tamp down my Over the Moon. Then let's go with some green, and I want Overzealous. I've got kind of a harsh line there, so I'm going to come back and just tamp right there. And then finally, I'll do some blue and I'll do some clear skies. And my clear skies is really dry. I may have to switch to a different color. I'm hoping that Simon comes out with more teals and purples and stuff like that. Yeah, Chinese med doctor, always consider art. Look at that lovely rainbow. I want a little bit deeper though. So I'm going to go right back to the beginning with the Love Struck. And we can put that back now. Don't need it again. We'll get the roar. Because y'all remember I have to clean up this mess tonight or early in the morning before I go live in the morning with Dawn and special secret guest. Over the moon. Yeah, it'd be super awesome if there were more teals and more purples. And let me see what else is on my wish list. More pinks. Like, no, I don't know. Maybe not. I'll get the overzealous. And then instead of clear skies, I think I'm going to go with, oh, that scared me. I'm going to go with my favorite standby, which I put where? Right here. Remember Me. It's pretty close to a teal. Remember Me is. Okay. And again. Oh, hi. It's okay. You're not late. You're just here. I appreciate anybody that feels like watching. Like right there, I didn't get a good impression. Okay. So now I've kind of got my rainbows going here. Now, I'm going to take what's left on the daubers and I'm just going to lightly go over. Not feeling the need for it to be perfect. Oops, that's orange. It needed to be this. Okay. I'll just have to hide that part. Now the orange. And now the Love Struck. Come back with the orange and kind of blend that out. So now we've got kind of a little rainbow pattern. I feel like I need a little more of the Love Struck. Now I'm going to cut this down. So You have to say Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice? No, I don't think so. So we know that this is 4 1/4, so I want this to be just a little under 4 1/4. Right about there. And then I want one piece that's 4 by 4 1/4, so I want it just a little under 4. And then this one needs to be a little under 1 1/4. I mean, a little under 1 1/2. Okay. Now we are going to glue these onto here, just like so. Let's see here. Am I good on size? Yeah. I don't want a whole lot of white showing. You love the blend? It is a nice blend, isn't it? It's definitely rainbow. And I do want these to match up, so I want to make sure that when I put this one down that it matches up with that one. No, the third, she's talking about how whenever Abraham, somebody wants Abraham to show up, somebody says his name 3 times and he shows up. Okay, so there's that part. Next, I need to cut a circle, so I'm going to get out my tool here. And got my dies. So this is about, when it's cut, it's about 3.5 inches, and that's fine. And I'm going to cut it out of white. He's probably Christmas shopping. And I'm not going to need that again, I know for a fact. I don't think. Maybe I am, but not right now. Got my circle. Now I'm going to do some ink blending on this too, but this time I want to be a little bit more precise because I'm going to be using, where'd they go? These penguins on here. So I need kind of a line there. So I'm going to just grab a piece of mint tape. I'm going to create my line. That's going to be snow. So this can be sky. And let's go back to, I put it back now. Did I put it back? Yeah, I did. Let's go back to the Remember Me. And this time I'm going to use a brush. Wait, is Simon here now? Yeah, he's not going to tell us when. He did hint that there was an is. So there's that. I love, love, love these brushes. Oh, they're the best. And then I want to do this. I'm going to glue this down. I don't want my slope to go too deep. I'm going to glue it down right about here. just to the top. In fact, let me just open this up and kind of look what I'm doing here. And I want to get it centered. That's going to go here like this, and I could even come lower if I wanted to. I think I do. It's okay, I just don't want that to accidentally stick. We're going to just let that sit for a minute. Oh, thank you, Delina. So I think the color's called Blown Away or Mindbender. It's the Sally Hansen Fast Quick, no, Speed Dry, I don't know, one of those. One of those ones that's supposed to dry in a minute. And listen, it doesn't last very long. It's not the best, but, and I'm horrible at painting my nails, but I have to get them right here. I have a crack and it's going this way, and I'm terrified that I'm going to rip it, so I'm keeping thick nail polish on there. Okay, now to our little penguins that I just had. Oh, they're right here. We'll do the penguins on the sled, and then by then our other piece should be dry on our third technique. Insta dry, yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's grab this guy, and I'm going to use some alcohol marker friendly paper, and I'm going to get it dirty. Now I have to hand cut these because there's not a die for them. Let's go with the memento because it's what was handy and nearby. I know it did. I love these penguins too, Jana. I'm a penguin person. I love them. I want the little Spellbinders dies, but it's just not practical for me right now to purchase anything else. So, but I love the little Simon Hurley dies too. It's your go-to? Yeah, it's nice. It's quick, you know? And so I put a coat of primer, I put 2 coats of this, and then you guys, here's a little trick secret that I'll let you in on that works really well for me. I had purchased the Dazzle Dry system, and I don't particularly love the nail polish. I don't feel like it's a good value, but the top coat works exactly the same way on regular nail polish. So it's like, I don't know, $23 or something for the bottle, but it's so worth it. You put it on as thick as you want, in 5 minutes they're dry. No UV because I need to be able to take it off. that's the thing. You guys have been through my nail fiascos with me before. So these guys need to be colored black, but I'm not going to do them total black. Let's go neutral gray. No, cool grays. Cool gray 7, cool gray 5, and I will grab the black, but I won't use a lot of it. And I'm going to start by coloring them with the neutral gray. You guys need me to zoom in a little? I'll zoom in a little. This may take a little while because they're pretty, you know, pretty big, but I'll go as quickly as I can because I don't want to keep you here all night, and I'm already keeping you late. I should have started earlier like I did last time, you know, when I'm doing like a special, but I didn't, so there. And these are my Ohuhu markers. Okay, let's get darker. No, that was kind of a weird thing to say, Delina, for sure. I don't have any idea what I'm doing, you guys. I'm not a colorist, but I sure love doing it. Let's get this dark one right here. I'm just coming back in with the light and just sort of blending them out. I may need to get some more mid-tone gray in there. This stuff bleeds quite a bit though, and this is, I'm using Crafty Critta paper, by the way. Yeah, that's exactly right. I bought the system and I only like really the primer in the Dazzle Dry system. You have to actually warm it up, and I can't take all that time, friends. I just don't have that kind of time. And so but I thought, you know, let me just try this top coat and see how it does. I want to go a little bit darker here, a little bit darker around here. And man, that was crazy good. So it was worth the investment ish. See, he's trying to bleed out, but that's okay. I don't mind. Okay, there's one penguin. Well, hi, Auntie Caffeine Crafts. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let's do the next one. And then we can do the hat, scarf, and sled. So I'm going to come in with the lightest gray so that I can get the bleeding that I want. Because that's exactly what I do want. And nope, I don't have Copics. I'd like to. Nah, I'm okay with what I have. I don't color enough or seriously enough to warrant the investment. I know some people enjoy watching coloring. I do. I like to watch Kelly Taylor color. I like to watch Carrie Rhodes color. Who else colors? GinaK colors really well. Our friend here in the chat. Hi, Meg. Meg, now she's a colorist. Come in with the darker one. Just kind of tapping it in a bit. keep grabbing the fine tip. Just kind of blend these guys out. Blend them together. So that it's blurry and you can't tell that I did a bad job. I think I need a little bit more darkness on his fin. Are these fins or arms or what are they? You guys know what they are? I think they're fins, but these aren't fish, so how could they be fins? Oh, they're wings, maybe. You think they're wings? Flippers, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, let's get this lightest gray here. And I'm just going to kind of come around so that they, you know, have a little bit of definition around certain areas of their face and body. Nothing intense or crazy. Okay, wings question. All right, so I've got rainbow here, right? So I can do any color for the hat and scarf. So I think for the hat, I'm going to do orange. And I'm just going to grab my markers any willy-nilly. So I think I'll grab YR3 and YR2. Let me just kind of, no, that marigold is way too dark. Yeah, I don't want the marigold. Hang on. Don't want that. Let's try apricot. Okay, that'll work. And so I'm gonna just, let's see here, if their sun's probably back behind them, so that's my guess anyway. They're flippers. Okay, thank you. Siri knows, right? And I happen to know that these guys have some orange and pink right along here. So I'm just going to tap a little orange here. I think it's along here. It might be on the bottom. Need some yellow and pink. Let's do a really pale yellow and do a really pale pink. Let's do pink cherry, which to me just feels orangier. I don't know. A little yellow. Okay, and so then we've got scarf. I think we'll do in a blue. Okay, let's go G4 and G500. I'm starting to get to know these, but still sometimes I get messed up by the caps. Okay. I forgot to do their beaks. Are those beaks? Siri. No, don't talk to Siri. Are those beaks, you guys? They look like beaks, and these are birds, right? Penguins are birds, right, friends? Look how much I know, hardly any. I'm just going to do them solid orange. I don't think they are actually orange in reality, but that's what they're getting. I think they're kind of a yellowy orange. Don't you hate it when you can't picture in your mind something you know? And I need some cheeks. Thanks, Delina. So for cheeks, I'm going to use pencil. And I'm going to show you guys my cheat slash hack for my coloring. Just doing a really pale pink. Because sometimes markers for me don't cut it in terms of getting color on it. Let me get that up close so you can see the color. It's super, super light. Now, here's my hack if I can find. I take my white pencil and just sort of like so. And he's a really light colored penguin. He's kind of pale. He might be on his way to albino. So I'll add my light with pencils. And just kind of blend this out with my pencil. And these are Prismacolors. And it just kind of pulls it all together. And like here where I've got kind of harsh lines, I want to blend those out some. So I'll just use my white pencil. So there's a trick to try, friends. And I didn't mean to take this long, that's for sure. See how that kind of softened it down? On screen it looks choppy, but it's not as choppy as it looks on screen. Made any mistakes? Clean them up. Okay, so we just need to do the rung here, which would be brown. And let me just grab, I'm going to go with a very solid brown. Let's go with pecan. I'm not going to hassle with trying to shade this all out because I'm getting low on time and it's still going to be cute. The only thing to remember is if you use pencils on your work, if you try to use a roller pen, you know, these pens, sometimes they won't roll out on the pencil. And then I just need that to be silver, and I'm just going to go with a gray for that and not really make a big deal out of it. And then I have to fussy cut this out. Get just a little bit of shading there at his little pom-pom. Oh, thank you, Dawn. All right, I'm going to move all these because we still have one more to do. Hopefully it doesn't take as long. Let me see, where can I put these? Right here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's go ahead and cut these out. And I am going to leave a little bit of a white border just because there's so much space. Like if I tried to, like this space right here, if I cut it all close and then left that white space, it would just look weird. So those are things to consider if you're close to the line cutter or on the line cutter, which typically I am. So I am, the only reason I'm making any more Christmas cards is just for design work. I really don't, I have a few more to send out, but they're already made, so I just need to get off my tail. That's my plan Saturday, is to address and send out cards. I did the members ones because I knew that if I asked people about it, and by the way, Janin, I'm not sending yours until your strike is over because I want to be sure that it doesn't sit at a post office somewhere and get trashed, because I know how they are, especially this time of year. Yeah, those two oranges came out virtually identical. That's okay. If I wanted to add some light to it, I could use my pencil, but I'm good. I'm good with the way it is. And at some point on this video, since I'm trying to change up my format a little bit, I will probably time mark each card at the start, from start to finish, so that if someone wanted to just see a specific part on the replay, they could go directly there. I'm really trying to make my channel as user-friendly as possible while trying to grow it. There. Hi, Melanie. Oh, thank you, Linda. So we have these guys here on this hill, just like so. And I can pop them up, but before I do that, here's what I want to do. I don't want this card to keep popping open like that. So we could do a belly band, but I'm going to kick that up a notch. Let me just step over here because I put them away and I didn't mean to. No, I didn't put them away. Where are they? Okay, well, I'll just get out the other ones. This is how I lose these things. I've got these little thin, clear Velcro dots. Okay. I get them on Amazon. What I like to do is just stick them together, male and female. Thank you, Peggy. And I'm just going to clip one out. I will put these right here where I will never find them again. Story of my life. And you guys, where'd my tweezers go? Here they are. Just tweeze that off of there. Let me just make sure these are nice and stuck to each other. So they're sticky by themselves. You can add glue too if you want to, but I don't. Trying to get the backer off is the tricky part. Come on. You can do it. I need a second set of tweezers here. There we go. So what I want to do is I want to lay this down somewhere pretty much in the middle towards the bottom, and I'm just going to stick it down. I'm going to press, and then I'll take this backer off. This will be easier to get off in my dreams. Okay, there we go. And that's a mess. You can cover that. Try not to get red ink on your. So now you can't even really see it. Fuzzy side and prickly. Same thing. You're right. I got some red ink right there, so I need to deal with that. That's from my fingers. Let me grab my mono sand eraser here. Just kind of clean that off. I don't want that there. In most cases, I'd say I don't care, it doesn't matter, but it does matter. All right, let's glue these guys down. Oh yeah, I was gonna pop them up. Yeah, I think I do want to pop them up. Okay, let's get the scrapbook.com strips out. And then we've got ourselves a Rastafarian happy card. A happy feet, happy sliders. This isn't super high, this is the 2mm. Oh, I know why. I've got red ink on here, and I see how I forget. That's my bad. So if you want to be a successful card maker, don't forget you have red ink on your black surface. This isn't the hard part. The hard part is peeling all these doggone things backers off. Well, I almost got away with using just one strip, but it's not quite because I need his face to be stuck down. Bye, Shay. Take care, sweetie. See you around the rooms. Here I am again, you guys, when I promised you I'd keep things tidy, and I've got nothing but a hot mess. All right, let's peel these backers off. You want to make sure they're good and stuck down before you try peeling them, because they will peel up. And the things will get stuck to your fingers. I probably should have put that one down too, but I'm not going to. I ran out of wherewithal. Welcome, valued customer. Place the item in the bag. Rub the lotion on its skin. Come on now. I know where to put the item. I talk back to those things all the time. Because I don't like being bossed around. Hi, Cordelia. Hi, Pam. Anybody I didn't say hi to, I'm sorry. I was trying to pay attention here, but I got distracted making sure that I show you what I promised I'd show you in my description. I'm trying to get more people watching my videos, and in order to do that, in order for YouTube to say, hey, try her video, I really need to kick it up a notch on my description, on my thumbnails, so on and so forth. So I'm not going to put a sentiment at this point. I'm just going to leave it a note card, and because it's already 6:30 and I still have one more card to do. But this is how this card would work, and you could also do the inside. Look at the back of my card, you guys. Thank you, Jana. All right, the third card. And before I move on to the third card, you know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to clean up my mess here because there's red ink everywhere. A little bit of hand sanitizer, a little bit of rub. Show it some love. And then get that on my hands too, so I can get the red ink off my hands. And we'll wipe it down. Oh, Shay going to work. Boo. I didn't get my nap today, and I didn't take one yesterday either. And okay, here's what's crazy, because you guys have heard me complain about not being able to sleep, like waking up. Well, when I didn't take a nap, I still fell asleep around the same time, but I slept an extra hour and a half until almost 5 o'clock this morning, and that made me happy. All right, next up, remember the beginning of the video we did this? Well, it is dry now. Yep, it's perfectly dry. So, I'm going to take and trim it down. I'm going to trim off some of that top where it's not perfect. And I'm going to trim right about here. A little bit further. So this is the part I want. You're welcome to lean in. And then the second part that I want to, did I not grab, I grabbed a second piece of paper. Here we go. We are going to do, excuse me, some stamping and embossing. These guys, these are the bursts. And I pulled out some embossing powders. Let me make sure that I have a piece of the right kind of paper. I took a bunch out. Remember earlier I said, let me grab a piece of paper, and I grabbed the whole stack. Here's the whole stack. Okay. And then, okay, 2 seconds ago I had that purple piece of paper, and now I don't have it. Oh no, it's still on the floor. Okay. Half my stuff's on the floor, friends. Got this purple piece right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp and emboss and make some fireworks for New Year's. Let's see if I can get this out this way since it's already open there. There's one thing stuck. Okay. All right. So these I'm going to hand stamp. So it's going to be hit or miss. But I'm going to definitely start with my anti-static powder. And I only need them up here. Okay. And let's start with this one right here. Let's get out my, oh, you know what? If you guys don't watch Carrie Rhodes, I learned something from her the other day about re-inking these. Check it out. And I didn't know this. She has the roller, but I have the brush. I can just re-ink this with my brush. Because I was stressing that I didn't have a re-inker, and you can't really find one. She has a roller, and I think the roller is probably better, but heck, the brush will work. Let me just go ahead and kind of re-ink this a bit. Yep, I was last week years old when I found that out. Yeah, I'm ready for craft roulette. You're right. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. So because I'm using a smaller stamp, I'm going to grab a smaller, I'm going to grab this little Tim Holtz guy. And grab some ink. I'm just going to, I think I want to come off of it a little bit. So I'm basically making a background. Oh, they discontinued. Got you. Well, I'm telling you what, the brush works great. That's fabulous. Okay, and so I'm going to do the bridal tinsel. Now where'd those papers go? Here they are. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Dawn. And this is what I hate getting all over my black mat is embossing powder, especially glittery embossing powder. Okay, lid immediately, and then I just take this over to my trash can and shake it. And then let's do this one. No, let's do smaller one, bigger one, this one. I'm just going to set these aside right here. And I'm just going to kind of go in some of the spaces. So if you don't have these burst or you wondered what they were good for, this is it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the silver bridal silver tinsel. Now this one's kind of wanting to stick. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good, except we dumped some of that all over our desk. That's okay. Okay, and last, I have some of this Brutus Monroe Nebula, and I'm going to do one of these small ones. Just in some of the in-between spaces. And that should be good. Now, what did I just now do with that packet? Here it is. I wish this was in a jar. I'm not crazy about these packets. I'm not, you know, too mad, but I don't love them either. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to avoid getting too much of it onto the other ones. But if we get a little, we get a little. I'm not mad. That is going to be sparkly. So this is why I don't love these. Like trying to get the embossing powder back in them is usually just me pouring it all over the place. Yeah, that's right. There is okay if there's a few stray sparks. Okay, time for some noise, folks, and we're on the home stretch here. This is the last technique. Get that warmed up. Want to make sure everything's nice and melted. Yeah, if I had a jar big enough for it, that's exactly what I'd be doing. So we've got this so far. And what I want to do is to further make this night sky, I'm just kind of waiting for it to cool a little, is to add a little bit of ink. And I'm going to go with the Crown Me. Because this is a light purple, and if you notice when this paper gets hot, well, you can't really see it on camera, but when it gets hot, it lightens up. I don't know what its deal is, but that's okay. You get what you pay for. I think this is Michael's paper. Okay, you know what? Work smart here. Let's grab some paper. There we go. A little bit darker right up here. Just like so. Yeah, I have quite a few of those bags between the Set After stuff from Emerald Creek. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, we're almost done with this one. This is a simple card, believe it or not, is I'm going to actually trim this down. I'm going to trim it down to 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to trim this one down to 4. I'm going to trim it on the short side. And then we're going to grab a card base, and I'm going to do a dark teal card base, I think. That's not dark. Fingers, grab the right thing, please. Ooh, I'm hungry, guys. I'm having a hot turkey sandwich for dinner. Because Mike cooked a turkey today. Go figure. Let's get a rag here and kind of clean these off a little bit. Just any excess ink that might be on there. Can you see the brush thing I used? This thing right here, or this right here. This is a blending buddy from Trinity Stamps. I love these. If you shop there, please use my affiliate link. It's listed down below. But these are fabulous. Okay, back to where was I? Getting my glue. You got it. The stamping buddy, or I mean the blending buddy, and they have little circly things that you can put inside here, but I keep dropping them, so I took them out. Man, that thing's dirty. I need to clean them. And then you can get these separately. You can hang these brushes if you want to. Very cool. I do too, Linda. It's kind of a favorite combination. And these are sometimes the kind of card that I'll do and not put a sentiment on and save it for like Sarah's. If you guys know who Sarah Liz is, Sassy's LLC. If you don't know who that is, you have to check her out. She is bad A. I love her. And she has lots and lots of freebies that she does with sentiments, snarky one, everything you could think of, it's there. And you know what I think I'll do? I think that I will just kick this up a notch and actually place this right there. What do you guys think? Just for something different. Let's grab, I'm going to pop that up on foam tape. Let's get my thick foam tape here. Yeah, purple and teal are fabulous. You can't miss. And if you want Lynn to love you, that's what you use. I don't know why I put that on there, just because it was there. I want my non-stick scissors. Let's grab a big old piece off it. What? See, I've got something stuck to my non-stick scissors, which is the red line tape that I used earlier today. Okay, let's get that out of my face. You guys, here I am in the final hour breaking things. Come on. There we go. That should be good. See if I can peel this off. And always a little glue for a wing and a prayer. Oh, speaking of that, how many are you old enough to remember and love a movie called, oh gosh, now it's not coming to me. It's about firefighters. They fly in the air. There's a girl. There's a guy. Always. Such a fabulous movie. I just can't decide if I want to. I kind of do. Kind of want to leave just a little bit at the bottom there, just for effect. So my thinking was that I would take this stamp, this Celebrate, and put it right here, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to leave this like it is for now. So use your imagination what you might want to put on there. You could put a circle with a, you know, a guy or stuff, or just if you have like a really cool Happy New Year. So just to recap, we started with our flat shaker. We've got our ho-ho-hos with all of our shaker bits inside. This little snow and stuff like that. The peekaboo purple things. And then we've got our funny gatefold. I don't know what to call it. Just a funny gatefold. I see something in here. Okay. Which uses a little piece of Velcro as a belly band so that the card stays together. So you could fatten this card up on the inside as much as you wanted and still have it hold together. And it needs a sentiment, of course. And then we've got our two-tone, let me get these words out. We've got a tone-on-tone, two-tone embossed card. Yeah, it does need an ooh, ah, Pam. I need it. Mary, if you're watching, Stephen, we need an ooh, ah, and I need them in dies. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today live. And if you're on the replay crew, thank you for watching. I will try and remember to timestamp these so that you can see each one and maybe not have to watch it all. But I appreciate everyone. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I go live and every time I post a video. And then leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your night, and I'll see some of you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Central, for my coffee with Dawn. My Friday morning coffee with Dawn, and we have a special surprise guest. So see you soon. Bye.